A very good morning, dear children. Today we will continue with the remaining part of chapter 4, that is environmental management. Biodiversity. Biodiversity is the richness of living organisms in the nature, that is the presence of varieties of organisms, the variety of ecosystem, the variety of genetic variation in a species. Biodiversity occurs at three different levels. First is ecosystem diversity. Many ecosystem is present in our region. Ecosystem is formed because of the interaction between biotic and abiotic component and mainly because of the adaptation of biotic component according to the changing environment. Each ecosystem has its own characteristic animals, plants, microbes and also abiotic factors. For example, the animals, plants and microorganisms that are found in water will be very different from the ones which are found on land. Similarly, the animals, plants and microorganisms found in the cold region will be very different from the ones which are found in the desert. This variety is called ecosystem diversity. Species diversity. Innumerable species of organisms occur in nature and that is called as species diversity. If you take the example of flowering plants, in flowering plant group itself we have so much of variety. Like we have hibiscus, jasmine, rose, sunflower, tulip, lily, marigold, lotus, etc. This variety is called species diversity. Genetic diversity. Occurrence of the diversity or variety in the same species is called genetic diversity. For example, if we take the example of hibiscus flower, in hibiscus flower itself, so many different varieties we will find. That is called as genetic diversity. There is variety in a single species of plant, or animals can also be taken. These biodiversities are found maximum in various places. From that, one such place is a sacred grove. What is a sacred grove? The forest that is conserved in the name of God and which is considered to be sacred is called as a sacred grove. These can be called even as sanctuaries, but they are not conserved or reserved by the government. They are not being done, no attempts are being made by the government forest department, but they are conserved by the society only. As it is being conserved in the name of the god, it has special protection. Similarly, we have biodiversity hotspots. 34 sensitive spots are reported all over the world. These 34 spots occupy 15% of the surface of the earth. Hardly 15% of the earth is covered by hotspot, but from this 15% of the earth also, 86% has already been destroyed. So what remains now is 2.3% of the surface of the earth, and this includes 1,50,000 plant species, which are 50% of the world count. We have a lot of international as well as national organizations which play a very important role in conserving the environment. From that, one is Greenpeace. Greenpeace is the largest organization which works a lot for conserving the environment. More than 25 lakh people from 26 different countries are members of this organization. IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. This is an organization which works and studies about the climatic changes and also learns how these climatic changes are having an effect on the biodiversity or on the plants and animals. IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. This prepares the red list that contains the name of endangered species from different countries. Pink pages as well as green pages. Pink pages contain the name of endangered species, while green pages contains the name of previously endangered but presently safe species. WWF, World Wildlife Fund. This published a survey in 2008. According to it, about 30% of animal species have become extinct over the period of 35 years. Organizations are doing a lot for conserving the environment. But what as an individual can we do for the environment? Our role in the environment can be categorized into 6 steps. First is production. We have to attempt to bring innovative ideas of treating the waste. For example, America is a country which produces electricity from the waste that is generated in that place. Similarly, Japan is another country which can produce thread from the waste banana peels. We as a country also should find out some kind of innovative measures where waste can be reduced and it can be reused in some other form. Second is control. We have to control the activities which we know are proving to be harmful to the environment. Third, conservation. Already a lot of resources have been used and destroyed, but whatever is left, we have to conserve those resources. Preservation. We have to preserve and find out remedies to prevent the further loss of resources. We have to prevent. Prevent means we have to prevent the factors which are proving to be harmful to the environment. And we have to create awareness. We have to educate, guide, imitate, organize, and even participate in a lot of events which can help the environment. Coming to classification of threatened species. Threatened species can be classified into 4. From that, the first is endangered species. Lion-tailed monkey and lesser florican are the examples of endangered species. These are called endangered because these animals are declining in their number, mainly because the habitat had got affected, and they can become extinct in the future if conservative measures are not implemented. The habitat of Asiatic lion and wild bison has been reduced mainly because of mining industry and also of the activities for searching of natural gas that has been happening in the Western Ghats, which have been spread over the states of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. The Manas Sanctuary, which is in Assam, is under threat because of the dams and also because of the indiscriminate use of water. Because of this, the tiger and rhino of that region are under threat. The Sundarban Sanctuary of the West Bengal is being reserved for tigers, but the population of tiger has decreased because of activities like construction of dams, deforestation, excessive fishing, etc. Rare species. The red panda and the musk deer are examples of rare species. They are called rare species because the number has considerably declined and they may become extinct very fast. Vulnerable species. Tiger and lion are examples of vulnerable species. They are called vulnerable because the number is already very less, but still this number is continuously declining. Indeterminate species. The giant squirrel is an example of indeterminate species. They are called indeterminate because these organisms appear to be endangered mainly because of some behavioral habits like maybe shyness, but there is no definite or substantial information regarding this. So I hope this lesson is clear to everyone. Thank you.